What's up, Fox Nation? We are back with another trophy hunting video. Now, what I've noticed looking at other trophy hunting videos is that people don't seem to really do many JRPG videos, so I'm here to bring back some representation. Back to one of my most favourite gaming genres, something I have lots of memories with, and even helped teach me how to read when I was a young child. So we are playing Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. Say that 3 times, Fox. HD 2D Remake, HD 2D Remake, HD 2D Remake. Got it. Now, for those who don't know, Dragon Quest is the first ever JRPG series. It's the beginning and nothing was before it. There's no JRPG before it. This came out in 1986 and made a huge splash in Japan. If you don't know, in Japan, Dragon Quest is one of the biggest series and franchises over there. It's so popular that there was an unofficial law, and to show respect, that whenever the game came out, it had to come out over on a Saturday. Dragon Quest did come out in the West, and it did perform decently, but it wasn't a year later when another JRPG series came out called Final Fantasy. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, which did sell a lot better than Dragon Quest, and eventually Final Fantasy became the predominant big JRPG franchise in the West, while Dragon Quest was, I guess, neglected slightly, but we're here to correct that. I do have a goal one day to beat every single main JRPG franchise, including Dragon Quest, and last year we did beat Dragon Quest 3 HD, which I absolutely loved. It was such a great experience, so I'm ready and hungry for some more Dragon Quest. I was very lucky to be given a code from Square Enix, and thank you once again Square Enix for the code, so I got to play Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD on release date. Now, the good thing about playing some of these old remakes is even though there might not be a trophy guide out straight away, there's so much old knowledge for these games since Dragon Quest has been beaten obviously back in the day. Plenty of guides on GamesFAQ.com, and there's some other smaller minor remakes for Dragon Quest 1 and 2 over the years. I use the guide on RPGsite.net, shouts out to Adam who wrote this, which already had a Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD guide. Looking through the trophy list, it's a pretty straightforward list. I'd probably rate this game a 3 out of 10. There is a baby mode for the babies out there, but I did on normal because I'm a Chad. Actually, because I didn't do on the harder mode, maybe I'm just half a Chad. Most of the trophies just involved beating the game, getting all the medals, learning all the skills, beating the secret boss, and getting a decent amount of the items in the game as well as the rare armor which ties to the storyline of Dragon Quest 3. Unlike Final Fantasy, which the stories have nothing to do with each other, Dragon Quest does have some linkages, with Dragon Quest 3 actually being the first in the timeline, then it goes 1 and then 2. Back in the day, kids playing this on Nintendo probably weren't aware of this, hence why they've re-released these games in this bizarre order. So if you do decide to play Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3, make sure to do the order 3, 1, 2 if you want the true story order. Once again, this guide won't have too many spoilers, it won't be a full lore playthrough. I do recommend playing this game yourself. This is just my trophy journey through the game, so let's start the game. When we start Dragon Quest 1, we are in these town names, Tantagel Castle? Tantagel? Is it Tantagel or Tantagel? Fervent. It's a fervent castle. Castle where the king is telling us something. I don't know, go save the world or some shit like that. I wasn't paying attention. I think it will save the world. So I guess what we're going to do is save the world. So let's go save the world. We actually get our first trophy when we leave the castle, when we meet this female NPC at the shop. And she follows you around. The first trophy is to go into the bed and it says a night to remember. I have no idea what happened between you and this character. We went to the bed. I assume we just started up all night doing crossword puzzles. I wouldn't have a clue because I'm a virgin who studied the blade beating JRPGs while you were having premarital sex. And shortly after, I find my first ever scroll, which we read to learn our first ability, giving us the trophy, My First Scroll. Now, what makes Dragon Quest very interesting for its first ever JRPG is that you actually just have a party of one. It's you and you are saving the world, and don't have any homies to save you. No Kane, no Locke, no Tifa, no Margaret. Shouts out to the one single Shadow Hearts fan who even played that game. So when you find a scroll, just use it straight away on your hero, so he learns more abilities. The next trophy is for being the first major boss in the game, Robin Hood, which is clearly a hilarious reference to Robin Hood. I get this joke, I get it. Awarding the trophy, Robin who? Mike Jones. Not too much long later, my character gets wiped out, and I get a game over and I started crying. It's the saddest day of my life, but I got a trophy, so I'm happy again. Wipe out. We beat a giant dragon inside the Quagmire Cave, which gives us another trophy, Dragon Defeated. And then just a bit further ahead, we beat a golem blocking a village, giving me Stone Cold Killer. And I was grinding just a little to get a little bit stronger. We managed to get another trophy, Ally to the Alpha Guard, for killing 800 monsters. I did have to grind a fair bit for the next boss fight. You're not meant to beat it this early, but I just wanted to kill it because when you get it, you get one of the best armors in the game. So I grind for a little bit, and we killed this scary knight in Damdara, giving us the trophy, Late Night. Now we had a princess following us around, which we rescued a bit earlier. She's kind of an unofficial party member. You can't control her, however. She kept driving me insane, the constant cheering me on. So we deliver her back home, but you can keep it to the end of the game if you want to. It does make the final boss fight a little bit easier, but I'm a Chad. Wait, half Chad. So I take her home, so you can go to sleep, I can can beat the game in peace. Taking the princess back to home gives me happy homecoming. And a bit further ahead, we get the achievement for crafting all 5 sigils, giving us made your mark. Also, since I'm such a beast at finding treasure, alright, I used a guide, which unlocked item enthusiasts for getting 150 items. We continue the story, and during the game, we meet a side character, Zaylin, whom we have to inspire, and at the final point of inspiration, we get a new Song of Erdrick. But not too long straight afterwards we get Master Crafter for crafting all items of the fairies, a man of many talents for learning all scrolls, and Metal Maniac for redeeming all the medals for the prizes. I'm glad I redeemed because I've heard many times on phone calls not to redeem the gift card. Do not redeem the card! This is one of the coolest throwbacks to Dragon Quest III. We get all the pieces of the armor the hero wore from 3. Not only a cool section of lore, but also the trophy Erdrick's Legacy. And with us being fully powered up, it's time to fight the final boss. And we're about to fight him, and wait, he's offering a deal to get half the world? I mean, that's not a bad deal. House prices and inflation is terrible. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Oh, that was the bad ending. But trophy, dealing with the devil. Fun fact, this bad ending is actually canon to the spin-off Dragon Quest Builder series. Anyway, we go back to the final boss and fight him properly. This is easily the hardest part of the game, but I'm a Chad. Alright, half a Chad, I am doing on normal. And we beat him first. No, we didn't beat him first try. This fight took a lot of attempts. He hits hard and you are by yourself. I never realized how hard a JRPG is when you don't have a party. We finally take him out 2 hours later and watch the ending, earning us the Lightbringer and the plot. Oh, it's 2 games in 1 plat deal. No idea why Square Enix couldn't have done 2 plats for 2 games like they did for Final Fantasy X and X-2 collection. Dragon Quest I is done. Great game and remake. The original NES version from 1986 is about 10 hours, and they increased it to about 20 hours in this version, and honestly, the content they added felt right, and it suited the game itself, and it definitely didn't feel like padding, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now let's start Dragon Quest II. I've got the fever, and the only cure is more plats. I've heard in many Dragon Quest tier lists that 2 is often considered the worst in the series, so I'm curious to see what they have done. The game begins with you talking with the king, and sends you on a quest, and you get a trophy for the beginning quest, see thy duty done. And we meet with our first ever party member and get the trophy Lost and Found, who, by the way, each party member is your cousin. Imagine saving the world of your family. Too bad my dad left me, and my brother's at work. We get the next cousin, Call Me Cousin, and get a boat late which lets us explore this massive world, and gives us the Ocean Await trophy. Speaking of the world, it is huge. When you look at the world map, you can see both the Dragon Quest I world along with the new islands from Dragon Quest II. I was following the guide, but I had to ignore it for a little bit because the game got a lot harder when you have a ship, plus I'm missing a 4th party member, which I found out is also a brand new addition to this remake. When we get it, giving us late to the party is a trophy, and makes exploring much easier with 4th. So this part of the game, we have to collect the Dragon Balls, I mean the sigils, but not before we get the 1500 kill trophy, Monster Masher. We get the trophies Mask Off, Into the Light, Tried and Tested for the first 3 sigils. Metal Slimes are a source of big EXP in the Dragon Quest series, but are absolute cunts that keep running away from battles, plus they have high defense, but we do need to kill 10 of them for Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! And the next trophy is another movie reference, Under the Sea, for saving the mermaids visiting the Queen in Mercy. We get another 2 sigils, Swag Bagged and In Deep, and we have to prove our worth to the King of Durkendor, earning us twice tested, twice bested. With all the sigils restored, we can awake the Fairy Queen Rubus and awaken another trophy, Good Morning Goddess, and getting us closer to the endgame. Entering the final continent of this game gives us into the World of Light, and we make our way to the eerie final castle where we have rematches of all the main bosses, Atlas, Pazuzu, and Belial, and these fights are no joke. We barely scrape by because I'm half a Chad, earning Deities Destroyed. It's also getting late, so I come back for the final boss tomorrow. Alright guys, I'll level up and shit, and yeah, we'll finish this game tomorrow and we'll do all the post-game quest stuff. Alright guys, we still got to kill him, the final boss, we still got to kill Zenlon, we still got to kill this boss, we still got to kill 10 bosses and shit, fucking heaps of bosses and shit, we got heaps to do. Damn, Dragon Quest 2 is way longer than 1, but I'm enjoying the journey a lot. I did a little cleanup and grinding so that I'm prepared for the final battle, and earned Treasure Hunter, and they've got to have it. Now that I'm well rested, ready for the final fight, we get to meet Hargon, more like Hargon these nuts, got him, and what a challenging fight, but I win. But guess what? It's a JRPG, there's a second phase, and oh boy is he tough. And worst of all, me being a total banana, I didn't realize one of my characters had mirror mail on, so I was reflecting all my healing magic back to the boss. Freaking idiot! I readjust the armor and this time I overcome, getting Hargon have choketh on these nuts. And we are rewarded this cool end sequence where we can optionally visit all the old towns to see how the town folks are doing before returning home, giving us Long Live the King. Also brand new to this game is a full endgame section with a hidden boss and ending, so our journey is not fully over. So we visited a new dungeon, which we actually visited this same dungeon in Dragon Quest III HD, where we fight Zenlon, a dragon with a time limit to beat him. Beat him quickly and you get to make a wish. And I wish for a new trophy. We have to pick the scroll prize and we have to do this twice, so I will come back later so I can get a little bit stronger. I get the last mini medal and hand it to John Medal, earning Master of Metal. We pay a visit to the final boss in Dragon Quest I. He's in his castle, but it's his great grandson, who's actually really nice. He broke the generational trauma cycle, good for him. We needed to defeat him to allow us to get the new hidden ending, and of course a trophy, the ultimate test. But before we go beat the final boss again, let's gamble and win a trophy. Whoa! The ball! We got the ball! We got the ball! On a second spin! After our first reload. Felicitations friend. Felicitations friend? What the fuck is felicitations? Refight Zenlon to get another scroll to get Master of Arts, and dress my party up like cats and dogs. No, that's what the trophy's called. Like cats and dogs. Alright, now we're ready. We refight the final boss, phase 1 and phase 2, and now we get a whole new phase, and this phase is epic. We are fighting on the bird from Dragon Quest III. By this point in the game though, I had this strategy mastered to do big damage by buffing the hero, debuffing the boss, and doing big fat damage. After I smack his ass, phase 4. Yep, it was 4 AM for me. I need to get to bed, but I got the plat sweats. Have you guys ever got the plat sweats before? When it's like really late at night and you just can't stop the game. Like you want to get the plat so you can go to bed and feel like a champion. I need to plat, otherwise I can't sleep. We smash the final phase and get this wonderful ending where we get transported back to the world of Dragon Quest III. In the last part of the ending, we earn Welcome Home Muffin. And finally, right there, living legend. What a fucking game. That was a 1 hour long ending as well. That was a sick ending. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD is a fantastic experience, and after being a lifelong Final Fantasy fan, I finally understand why Dragon Quest is special in its own way. So far I've only beaten 1, 2, and 3, and I played 8 a long time ago, but I never finished it. And 2 is so far my favourite one. I never played the original NES version of the game, and now I'm kind of curious to see how the original was since it's often voted the worst of all the Dragon Quest games. You best believe next year we'll be playing the Dragon Quest 7 remake, and any future remake projects. This platinum journey wrapped up, Dragon Quest, you have won me over as a fan. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, tell me your favourite Dragon Quest game, or which ones you recommend me I should play next. I don't mind playing retro games, I'm not just a trophy hunter, I do like finishing games in general. If you want to catch my trophy hunting journeys live, you can follow me on Twitch, or watch me on YouTube here as well. Links to the description down below. And if you want to watch my last video, click here. See you next time. Peace out guys.